Let's talk about the difference of Therasage Infrared versus there's a lot of other companies now. It's almost becoming like a crowded industry, you could say. I see it all the time and just ads and, everything and patients coming to us. What do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? How does Therasage compare? What is the unique selling proposition of the Therasage Infrared Sauna?
It's a good question. We do make traditional wood saunas, by the way, and we make a great one. And people that are looking for that, we make a good one. And the things to be concerned about are the woods that are being used, because all imported woods are sprayed with chemicals to prevent insects and bacteria from foreign countries to come into the US, So that's where you start. But really our flagship is our portable sauna, because when we were making wooden saunas, and this goes back 20 plus years, what I did was I farmed my wood in Canada, so Canadian cedar. I sent it to China. It then was tooled into a cabinet, and then the electronics were put in, and then that was assembled, and it was sent here in a kit to the US, and then we were distributing them. So as I started diving deeper into infectious disease and people that had chemical sensitivities and food allergies and so forth, it became very clear to me, because I was super smart. See, my woods were sprayed twice, out of Canada into China and out of China into the US. So understanding, as soon as I became cognizant of that, I said, no, this is not going to work in my community. And at the very same time, succinctly, it was interesting, because when we introduced our wooden saunas, what I heard, because as a device developer, I kind of leave my ego outside, and I make all of our devices with very specific intent. But then I put it out there and I listen to what the average consumer, what the lay person is concerned about. And what I heard was this: I really want a wooden sauna, but I live on Park Avenue. I have $1 million apartment and it's 700 square feet, and I can't fit a wooden sauna. It just doesn't fit in my space. Or I heard from someone in Minnesota, I've got all the space in the world, a big basement, big backyard, and all that, but I can't afford a wooden sauna that may cost, a good one is $4,000 or $5,000. So something around $1,000 and is space saving. That was my concept, when we developed the pop-up or the portable format, which actually has taken the world by storm. We are probably considered the top leader in that, humbly said, in that format. What is unique about our portable sauna is something special. It really is. We call it the Thera 360 Plus, because basically when you're sitting in the seat, your body is bathing in frequency all around you. We use a special formulation for our full spectrum approach that you get in there. And the 360 Plus has our new tri-light near and red light system. I didn't really complete our answer about red light before, but I'm going to come back to it through the tri-light explanation. And we use natural gemstones. So there's actually tourmaline stones that are farmed from one of the blue zones in the world. And a blue zone, for people just tuning in, is where centurions live, people that the average lifespan is greater than 100 years. And I had the opportunity to visit 2 of the 6 blue zones on the planet personally. And that's when I brought some scientific devices with me, and I'm figuring, why do people live past 100 years old? I just was so intrigued with longevity. And I discovered that one of these villages was actually, it was in the center of China. I traveled 22 hours by bus into the interior from one of the coastal cities to find this place. I think I probably still hold the trophy as being one of the only male Caucasians that have ever visited this area. And what I discovered was that the amount of negative ions was 20,000 times greater than normal air. So what is negative ion? Negative ion is basically earth charge. And the way it happens in nature is when running water moves over land, that friction frees up these electrons, which is a negative charge, same as the earth charge. And I think that was the key to the longevity. And what was interesting about this village was there was no running water. The closest tributary, which in the interior of China, the way that they get goods from the factories to mainland was basically through some kind of river, or by not well, back in the day, it was done on water. Now they do land traveling, but this was a pretty rural area that I was at, frankly. I discovered that this particular village was actually built on a mound of this tourmaline, and that's the tourmaline that we farm and we put inside our sauna because of the content of negative ions. So we also electrically ground. So we have like a big grounding mat is the way that sauna is set up. We have the negative ions from the tourmaline. We're full spectrum infrared. We have the tri-light systems in front. All of our materials are organic. We use natural bamboo materials. There's no VOCs, which are volatile chemicals that happen when things get heated up. So there's no off-gassing. And we also protect against exogenous frequencies, EMFs and ELFs, extreme low frequencies. And so I'm sort of super proud of that device because it's the Mac Daddy. And even though you can buy a sauna for $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, the wooden ones, and they're really beautiful, and the wood craftsmanship is amazing. In terms of therapy, that little portable sauna for around $1,000 is probably the best infrared sauna you can get on the planet. Again, humbly said.
No, I think you should be proud of that because we've tested a lot at the center, and my father is a quality freak when it comes to these things and what he, recommends to patients. And, when he sent me, hey, look into Therasage and let's start to get these and recommend them to patients, I took that to heart, and that's why I needed to connect. And it was almost serendipitous when you were in Miami at the same conference I was at. And then we now we're here. But